Wow. Okay. So, wow, I'm still just blown away that we just did that. So Mariners are tied 2-2, and I saw Devin said
they'll win 17-3.
Blues are down 1-0, but there's still plenty of time. Great interview, guys. Thank you so much. When's the interview with LeBron James?
And Basement?
Wait, this isn't ESPN. Man, I would love to have LeBron James on here just so I can ask him some flop questions. But I don't
why
think
he thinks he's better than Kobe
or Michael Jordan
or even Magic Johnson.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh man,
we're not gonna
that was nuts. That was
not gonna touch that one. So yeah, that was Robbie Tobeck, guys. Phenomenal.
That was a great.
That was awesome.
That was really cool.
So let's start our show then. All right. You gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I've been holding this.
Okay, go ahead. So if you guys don't know, this is our old friend Sean. He's in the Navy and he's home on leave, so he is here just hanging out. So thanks for your service again, and thanks for coming on. What are your thoughts on the Oakland Raiders last year?
Last year it was horrible. As a fan, we go 12-4 for the last 10 years. We're horrible, right? We finally get good with Jack Del Rio, 12-4. But the next season we go 6-10. So it was like, okay. And then John Gruden comes in and cleans house. It was one of the saddest seasons I've ever watched as a Raider fan.
Don't you think that it might be a little bit for the better? I mean, all of the draft picks that you guys got, was Amari Cooper really doing that much for the amount of prospects that you guys can get? You got Antonio Brown now,
That's true, but it was just hard to watch. One of my favorite players, Khalil Mack, traded, but you can't really say if it was a good trade or a bad trade yet, because if they pick up good players in the draft, then it could be a good trade. But Amari Cooper, yeah, that's the truth. For when he was doing on the Raiders, he wasn't doing much.
I don't think he was a fit there.
No, he really wasn't, because it's clearly obvious when he went to Dallas, and then his first 3 games, he gets to 200 yards each game pretty much. But when he was with the Raiders, he couldn't even catch a cold. Dropped so many balls, and it was just there's so much potential there. But
do you think that's because of Derek Carr, or do you think that's because of Amari?
I think it was just because he wasn't bad with Jack Del Rio, but you know how John Gruden is. He's up in your face, and I just don't think Amari Cooper kind of liked that as a player.
I knew week 2 going into that, thinking the Raiders are going to clean house. This is going to get gutted immediately, just the way it was going down.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack going. I swallowed the beer wrong.
Yeah. It's okay. You won't be the first person to die live on TV, you know.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
That got dark quick.
Well, back to the Raiders. Yeah. When they traded Khalil Mack, I already knew what was going to happen. But that Raider team, their defense, they were still 25th in the NFL on defense, and they had one of the best defensive players in the NFL. So it didn't really matter much, you know what I'm saying?
I feel it. Okay. So are we going to talk some baseball first, or are we going to talk – I got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about today. So where do you want to start?
I have a little bit of MLB.
Talk about that moose thing, dude.
Yeah. Tell us about this moose.
All right. So I don't know. I just thought it was cool. So it was November 8th of 2018. Jim Hall, it's a guy from Washington, shot a moose in Washington that ended up being a world record. So he shot this moose near Republic, and the moose had a 242 inches of aggregate tine length. So that means from the paddles, the tines, each one of them, added up to...
so big.
It's huge.
That's so big.
And the total distance across its rack from paddle to paddle was 504 7/8 inches.
Jeez.
So that's a huge moose.
Huge moose.
Not,
Oh my
not-
God.
not that there's really any small moose.
I'm a moose.
And that was an 1/8 inch bigger than the previous record by a moose killed in Alberta in 2005.
Robin says, hi, Sean. Fro says, great show, guys. Thank you. Robin also says the Mariners are up 3-2.
Yes.
Just wait. They got another 10 runs to score.
Yep. They're
That's
not done yet.
about the Mariners, man. I love the Mariners, but horrible defense, but one of the best offensive.
Oh, my gosh. Their defense is so bad right now.
Yeah, they're setting records for home runs, but also errors.
Yeah, and I think their bullpen has the most walks, but I just
Yo, I don't remember. I think we talked about it last week, but I think it was Guerin. Guerin cannot find the plate, the strike zone, and I don't know, his way out of a paper bag right now.
Oh,
It says he walked 2 guys and then hit a guy and then walked another guy, and then the guy who he replaced walked the guy home.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
And that's one of the reasons why I didn't like and I don't like the new rule about a pitcher has to face 3 batters,
right,
because I mean,
he's not doing good. Take him out.
right. I mean, I understand you want to speed up the game, you want to do this, that. But when it comes to the end of the season, I want to watch the most complete team play the other most complete team in the World Series.
Right.
I don't want to watch a team that was put there because the better team had a off day pitching and they couldn't do anything about it.
Right.
I think we should shout out. I think it's Dennis up there. He says, "Sup, dudes."
Oh, Dennis, what's going on, dude? Dennis
Different
is
Dennis Reed.
from Rockcast.
Oh,
Yeah, Rockcast, Dennis. Go check out Rockcast. So the Mariners are, I think, 11-2 now. It's a franchise history or a franchise record in the history. The 8.4 runs as an average in this 13-game stint is not sustainable, but it's exciting while it's here. It's not sustainable, but they've also had 13 straight games with a home run. The record's 14. The Mariners face the Royals right now. In the game, they're trying to close out for a sweep. So I think we could tie the record today.
I honestly don't know that it's not sustainable. Look at what the Red Sox did last year. The Red Sox were dominant from spring training all the way through the World Series.
My thing is on that, and I totally agree with you, but the thing is the Mariners basically have 3 designated hitters in Encarnacion, in Jay Bruce, and in what's the other guy's name? Vogelbach.
Oh, yeah.
They're not keeping all 3 of them this year. Like, they're gonna get rid of one of them. It's gonna happen. There's no way you can keep those 3 guys, especially with Kyle Seager coming back.
Well, and if you're going to really be rebuilding, you know,
Why not trade somebody who has
Right.
value like Encarnacion right now?
Man, that guy.
Dude, yeah. Speaking of which,
I totally agree. They're 2 different teams in 2 different phases of 2 different phases, period. But to just write them off and say this isn't sustainable, it is.
you don't think so?
Teams have done it.
Okay.
Not the Mariners haven't done it.
I just don't think it's sustainable for the Mariners.
That might be true, but
Hey, if
but
it
other
is,
teams have
damn, this is going to be an
have
exciting
been
season.
dominant and have been dominant for a long time, and they've done exactly what people are saying that is not sustainable. So it is possible, likely, probably not. But
So speaking of Encarnacion, I always mess up how I'm saying it, but
isn't it Ignacio?
Encarnacion.
Edwin Encarnacion.
Encarnacion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I think that's how I'm saying it right. I'm not 100% positive. It's a long, crazy name, but he belted 2 home runs in 1 inning the other night. joining 63 different times MLB history to reach this awesome feat, including notable names like Joe DiMaggio in 1936, Sammy Sosa in 1996, Mark McGwire in 1996, and former Mariner Mike Cameron in 2007, and former Talk Interference sports guest member Brett Boone in 2002. Brett Boone and Mike hit both of their home runs in the same game. One game, two guys hit 2 home runs. How crazy is that?
Man, that's nuts.
He hit 2 Anwar Encarnacion's. This is not the first time he's done it. He hit 2 home runs with the Blue Jays in 2013. And Alex Rodriguez is another guy who's done that in the 2007 season and the 2009 season. A guy named Jeff King, Andre Dawson, and Willie Covey. All 5 of those guys have done
I'm
that.
actually really excited to talk about this next guy.
And there was something about that too. If he continues that, he'll be the first one to. Ah, damn it!
Are we talking about Chris
lost it.
Davis now? Or are you talking about Encarnacion?
Oh, me?
Yeah, and Carson.
I was talking about Chris
Encarnacion.
Davis.
Okay, yeah. What about
But there was something about that where he could potentially be the first person since 1908
to do it multiple times?
to do it multiple times or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I heard it this morning. I thought it was really interesting. But
If he did it again,
slipped my mind.
If he did it again, he would be the first person to do it 3 times. I looked up the stats. If he did it again, he would be the first person to do it 3 times. I was bringing up Chris Davis for the Baltimore Orioles. He set an MLB record for the longest at-bat streak without a hit at 0-49. The previous longest drought was by a non-pitcher as well, was 46 at-bats by Los Angeles Dodgers infielder Valles. I'm not even going to try and say it. Eugenio
So
Valles.
bad, though.
That's so bad.
How much money is getting paid?
Yeah, he
it's
got
outrageous.
And didn't he only bet like 186 last year?
He
Or
did.
something
Something like that.
A lot of not a lot of home runs, but like it was 186 last year. But he's one of those typical home run hitters where he's not hitting at all.
You either hit a home run or you strike out.
Yeah.
Right. So how are you guys feeling about Boston's rough start? They got the World Series hangover.
I feel like they're gonna pull it out. You know,
People start out rough and then end up doing really, really, really well down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, what was that when they won the World Series? And I think it was 2004. Devin can go ahead and correct me on this if I'm wrong. They started like 0-7 or something like that. They did a terrible start, and then ended up winning the World Series. So
just anytime, usually with any sports, like when they usually start talking about, oh, this team is so bad, they're the teams that pull it out usually. Like
it's April.
It is April. It is super frustrating when you see guys who can play and can play very well,
But are just kind of roughing it.
They're not roughing it. They're completely crapping the bed.
They're 3-9 right now.
Yeah, but it's baseball. You can win.
There's a 28 point differential.
Oh, ouch! That's
Yeah.
But I mean, as we saw last
the
year,
Mariners' run differential is plus 40.
Wow, 104 runs.
You get if the Red Sox bats get hot though. I mean, they can eat up.
Go back to the AOS.
The Mariners, the next person behind the Mariners is the Dodgers at 87.
Go back to the AOS. So this is the problem I have with the AOS. It's one of the best divisions in baseball. You have the Astros 5-win streak. You have the Angels 5, and then now you have the A's that are 7-8. Like it's gonna be hard for the Mariners to pull that out.
even Texas, who's sitting at last, their run differential is only -5. Everybody else is +4, 3, 5. I mean, the Mariners are on a crazy stint, so the Rangers are just having a bad start right now from what it looks like. But all of these teams right here, Seattle, Houston, the Angels, Oakland, and Texas, this is just a crazy division, and finally we can start talking about Seattle in the mix right now.
But I mean,
as it is right now.
Even at that, I mean, the Rangers aren't off to that bad of a start. I mean, they're 5-6.
Yeah, they're almost 500.
AL Central, everybody's like 3-7, 2-8.
Right.
I think the Mariners are just in a bad division to be in.
Well, for the last couple of years, I mean, I'm hoping that it's not just a fluke where they're just having a really good start. But again, it's April. So
But you know what? I also, because I keep hearing all this like, just wait till the All-Star break, just do this. You know what?
enjoy it while it's here.
Exactly. I made that mistake last year, and I didn't enjoy the good baseball that they were playing the first half of the season because I had that same mindset, and I regret it.
I love seeing them do this well. This is great.
They're not last year. They weren't a bad baseball team. It was just the division they were in.
Yeah, if they were in the NL, they would have made the playoffs with the record that they had.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You had 3 of your teams going into the playoffs. The Red Sox with 108, and the Yankees with 100, and the Astros with 104, I think, or 102.
Yeah.
So you had 3 teams that had 100-plus win seasons. And, the Mariners are like, hey, we got 90.
Right.
Which
It's not a bad record at all.
Any other year would have been
In the
enough.
playoffs.
I know
Yeah.
there's definitely teams that went to the playoffs.
The
with
Yankees hit that
Oh,
wild card
for
spot, right?
sure.
Yeah.
The Yankees hit the wild card spot last year, right? And they had, I think, 100 wins.
Yeah,
I think it was 100.
their last
The Mariners
game they
were
won.
10 games out from
Yeah.
hitting
Right.
the playoff spot,
I just
which is
wanna-
crazy.
Shout out to Gary. Do not go Chiefs. Horrible team.
I was gonna say. Fro says now the Red Sox are the Red Sox, and Gary said just dropping by and saying hello. Go Chiefs!
Worst team
Hey, man.
in football.
Hey man.
They're not. They're just as a Raider fan.
So-
They're disgusting. I'd rather kiss my cousin.
Sean is a natural. Jeff says, I love it. So yeah, we're early in the season, but
Don't worry, you said worse on this show.
No, just as a Raider fan.
shout out. No, I'm just kidding.
Not again.
Ooh, sore
so-
subject there.
So
I'm just going to go ahead and sit over and yell.
So the Tampa Bay Devil Rays are 9-3, and we were talking about the Yankees in Boston. Last year they were the freaking head honchos. Is Tampa Bay this good this year?
But Tampa. So
They're winning on the road.
the
They're
thing with
They
Tampa
had
Bay,
issues on the road last year.
I feel like they're just like the Mariners. They got questions. You got questions,
Mhm.
and we won't know until, like Eric said, after the All-Star break. You know what I'm saying? But it just Tampa Bay. I remember when I was a kid, they were horrible, horrible, horrible. And then they got good when they got David Price and all that. But there's a lot of questions there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it.
I agree, but it's easy for people to say, like, oh, the Red Sox are going to be good, the Yankees are going to be good, the Cubs are going to be good,
Honestly,
the Dodgers are going to be good, because they have money.
Yeah, I agree.
Tampa Bay they have to do things
I think
differently.
they have to work a little harder.
Yeah, because they have to overcome not having the money to pay people.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually really interesting if you pay attention that once Tampa Bay and a couple other teams figure out something that works, the whole league kind of goes with what they're doing.
Yeah, that's
Like, they don't have closers.
yeah.
They got openers.
So
And they started that last year, and it worked for them.
I don't know if you guys remember, but like you just brought up the thing with I think it was like the 2006 White Sox where they didn't hit home runs. Like they set, but they won the World Series that year, I think it was, and they made small ball a thing, and that's when the Major League Baseball went to small ball. And
And that's I know the season you're talking about. They
On
kind
base
of
percentage is a big deal.
they played more of a, I don't want to say traditional style of baseball,
no, I mean,
but
that's good.
I mean more baseball. Not that I watched it, but that you would have seen in the 40s and 50s.
yeah, they were more about the steals, singles.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
RBIs, in base or infield hits.
I'll take a walk here.
Yeah, take a walk or get a base, get 2 bases, or sack fly, but you still get a run. I mean, you got an out, but A point's a point.
When I say
Right.
questions, that's what I talk about is questions because what I know in baseball, I know the Yankees could always produce, the Red Sox, those teams, you know what I'm saying? The ones that are the Giants, because when I see a small ball team like the Mariners or the Rays come up, and it's just
Sure.
it's just like people are used to the big teams, you know what I'm saying, putting out.
Or like when the Diamondbacks won the 2001 World Series,
with
and when
Kurt
they,
Schillings.
and that was only their second or third year as a club.
Yeah, it wasn't. And also with the Marlins back in 1996 or 97.
That too.
I like it.
And you can say, well, never mind.
Shout out.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, the Red Sox have a bunch of money and stuff, but it was still 86 years in between World
That's very true.
Championships?
It's very true.
So
Shout out to Babe Ruth.
you can eat my ass, and so can Joe DiMaggio.
The Yankees' injuries have been very prominent this year, but they're sitting in the middle of the
Good.
pack.
Who's your pitcher just got hurt?
They've had so
Good.
many injuries, man. They've had probably setting a record
You know,
for most
I
injuries
hope
in,
their plane crashed.
You know,
in
it's
11 games.
Wow, Eric, but okay. You know what's disgusting? I was a Yankee fan when I was a little kid because I knew, but I didn't know any better.
We're not friends.
My mom almost threw me outside when I told her that.
I get spanking.
Good. I knew there was a reason I liked Charlie.
Shout out to Charlie.
The Phillies start hot.
Yeah, but also the Phillies are going to be
Bryce Harper making this move. Gene Segura over
Only
there.
to get booed.
Only to get booed. Yeah, I mean, I'm
The
past
Phillies
that now. But I mean,
Voodoo?
yeah,
Yeah.
bro. First game, he
Wow.
struck out two at bats in a row, and they
That's
booed him.
That's a tough crowd,
Yeah,
though, man.
Philly-
With any
Philly
Philly
fans are-
sports,
That's what
that's
we were saying.
outrageous.
That's what we were saying on the show. Is the Philadelphia fans could win a Lombardi Trophy, win a World Series, win a Stanley Cup, and still find something to be upset about.
And the NBA Finals. So that's
And the
what-
NBA
They
Finals.
probably find out, well, we didn't win our double-A team.
Yeah,
or
right?
something.
They could still find something to be upset
but our
about.
T-ball team sucked.
That's the thing, though. The Philly fans are disgusting. Like,
Seriously.
there's a video.
My cheesesteak doesn't even taste good.
There's a video about Eagle fans throwing snowballs at 49. Remember that about 10 years ago?
Dude, my buddy
Was it even that long ago?
my buddy Bobby is a Philly fan, and he tells me stories about
Jeff.
them dumping beer on people.
Yeah, dude, it's
Like,
bad,
it's
man.
just for wearing a jersey. Like that's bad That's bad sportsmanship.
It is, man. People pay money to go to a game. Like it's just.
I don't want to be
it's not-
bugged by your stinky city.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever
Stinky
been there,
fans.
but
Does
God,
Oscar the Grouch live there?
All right, so
Okay, we're good.
we can.
This is fun, guys. I just want to say shout out to Nick and Eric putting hard work for this TV show. I mean, podcast. Sorry,
yeah, thanks, man.
and thank you for having me
Appreciate
here.
that. Yeah, definitely, man. Anytime
Thanks
you're in
for
town,
being
we
here.
would love to have you on, man.
This
I
is-
know your sports knowledge is very in depth, so we definitely would love to have you on anytime.
Yeah.
The standings as it is, I told you we were going to do it every week just because it's fun to point it out. In the AL East, the Tampa Bay Rays are up 9 wins to 3 losses. Then in the Central, the Cleveland Indians are at 7-3. The Mariners are at 11-2 in the West, and then in the NL East, the Phillies are at 7-3. The Central, the Milwaukee Brewers are at 8-4, and in the West, the Dodgers are 8-4.
This is the
Dodgers
Brewers'
can
years,
get, yeah, I do. The Brewers look good,
Yeah.
and
That's,
I feel like that's more sustainable than the Mariners' hot streak right now.
That's really that. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, but I'm still going to enjoy the Mariners.
Oh, 100%.
I'm out here wearing the Mariners jersey right now, man.
I would, but I
it
just
ups-
got home.
It upsets me when we're talking about this guy from the Royals who's on a hitting streak right now.
Yeah.
I don't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but we're talking about him, but we're not talking about, the Mariners are about, Jay Bruce, Enwar Encarnacion. Like, these guys are knocking out home runs 13 games in a row.
Yeah.
Mariners getting no love.
Jay Bruce,
It's outrageous
What was
for Jay
that?
Bruce.
what was that I think it was 2 or 3 games ago now. Jay Bruce, with the points he scored himself, beat the other team.
Yeah,
6-5.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was watching baseball with my dad, and like we watched a couple days throughout because my parents lived at the bar, of course, and we went through we were watching the game on a Jay Bruce was up to bat first day we watched the game, got a home run. The next day I was like, watch this, he's up to bat, he's gonna hit a home run.
He went like 4 games.
Yeah,
in a row.
we were there. Yeah, you were there.
Yeah,
it's
like check this out, and then he's like,
it's out.
Gone.
It's like video games at this point.
But
the Brewers, man, they're good, but it's just that same thing. I got questions, man. It's just as a natural human being, I don't like change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you just feel that the Brewers are just naturally bad.
And also my girlfriend roots for them, and boo Brewers. You know what I'm saying?
I just I know I'm going to say this, as a Red Sox / Mariners fan, but I like seeing teams that don't have the money do well.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you. I agree 100%. I agree with you. That's
I one of my favorite parts of the playoffs last year was the Brewers and the Dodgers.
That was a great series.
I mean, it was a great series.
Wasn't it 4-3 Dodgers, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Dodgers ended up winning, but I mean, the Dodgers are one of those teams in baseball that just has more money than God, and the Brewers.
Shout out to God.
Shout out God.
And the Brewers are right there with them.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's the thing is I hate to bring up movies, but Moneyball, there was a staff.
I feel it.
It was like the Yankees staff pay. I mean, the payroll was like 160 million, and then it says A's like 20 million. It was outrageous. In the game, they took them to a series, man.
Oh yeah,
that's impressive. That's why I like the NFL to a point, because all their salary cap is the same. You know what I'm saying?
I
totally agree.
Yeah.
And I think that's also, I just can't get into soccer or football or whatever. But I mean, you want to talk about high-paid athletes?
Well,
soccer players are
outrageous. Outrageous. I think what's his name? C7 or what's his name? Cristiano Ronaldo. He's one of the highest paid athletes in the world, next to Mayweather, only because he owns his own business.
Seattle's up 5-3 now.
And
Jesus.
And and those guys, you get to, if you pay attention to English soccer or whatever,
football.
Yeah, I've been there to that country before. It's football, man. Don't disrespect.
Oh yeah. Do not call soccer there. But anyway, like a place like, just pulling out of my ass, but Manchester. They'll be like, hey, we want this guy from Kenya and this guy from wherever, and this guy from Saudi Arabia and that guy from Spain or whatever. And they get them, because they just have the money to do it.
But that's crazy. Sorry, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say something, but I was like, we're getting way off topic, back to baseball.
No, it's all good.
Okay,
man.
But what's crazy about the top owned business? I mean, the sports thing, and number one is the Dallas Cowboys, and next is Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised.
Dallas Cowboys is more. It's more expensive to own the Dallas Cowboys than is Real Madrid. Yeah, that's insane.
I think
I'm not surprised by
$1 billion.
Yes, it's
something like that.
Jerry Jones is a billionaire just because of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
And it's just they're horrible,
That's why they're America's team.
Yeah,
and the money gets.
I think we should stop with that.
Questions.
That's why I did it.
To you, your opinion, and take every bias out of it. Who's America's team? Honestly,
The
Patriots. I hate to say this, but I agree with you, boys.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that, but I mean,
I think the same thing for the Red Sox or the Yankees and America's team as well in baseball. You agree?
I mean, I don't hate saying that as a Red Sox fan, but
I think the Mariners are America's team
right now. Yeah,
right now. Oh man, we got to get off this topic because I'm getting heated about the Mariners, man. Because they get no
love,
none.
They posted on ESPN the top 5 rankings. They had the Red Sox in there. They had all these teams in there, And all these other fans were like, what about Mariners? What about the Mariners? What about the non-Mariner fans, man? Shout out to that, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think, when ESPN breaks that down, they look at what the team has done, not what they are doing.
Yeah.
And the potential for the Red Sox and the Yankees is huge. But right now they're not showing it.
Right.
And the Mariners are showing it. And to me, as it stands right now, there's your best team, hands
100%.
down. Who's won the most games? Who's hit the most home runs?
They actually set a major league record.
They did.
Of most home runs throughout any season, and they get no love. Which is,
Well, not in the most.
it is for the first.
For the first, I think 10 games it
yes.
was.
And they get no
Yeah,
love.
no one mentions it outside of Washington.
Yeah. See, I'm not a big Seattle fan when it comes to every other. I like the Sounders and I like the Mariners, but football, so my home team is the Mariners, so I take it very passionate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, there are personal reasons why I'm a big Red Sox fan, but I love watching the Mariners.
Yeah.
If take that out of it, Mariners all the way.
What?
Nothing.
But
You want me to sit there?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, you want me to take that?
I was gonna get more.
Oh, you okay? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but
yeah, I mean, it's just great to watch.
You
And
didn't want to?
no,
Okay.
And I'm super excited about it. I can't wait for the next couple seasons because I think the Mariners they're good now, obviously, and I think they're only going to get better. And
one thing I can't wait for is
they're going to the World Series.
Kyle Seager. This is shout out to you. Please heal yourself quicker because we need a third baseman.
Yeah, dude, do him more, man. This guy
3 errors in a row. Come on.
And it's not even that, man.
And the
What
Red
really
Sox
bugs
still couldn't win.
You know what really bugs me about that is not even the errors, bro. The guy can't get on base. He's batting less than, I think, 200 right now.
He just hit his first home run yesterday. I think
Yesterday, yeah. He cannot make contact with the ball and get on base.
At least if you can't make contact or be a good average hitter, be a good defender. But
Right.
You give three errors in a row in the 9th inning. Come on, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, young player, man. He's got as good as reps somehow.
Yeah, I agree with that. But, I mean, it's still frustrating to watch. It's still frustrating to...
Someone didn't say it wasn't.
Someone said on the comments on Facebook from Mariners page, they'd rather have Kyle Seager and crutches out there than
I wouldn't go that far. But, I mean, damn.
That's a Gold Glove third baseman.
I get
Kyle Seager?
Yes.
All right. Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay.
So
yeah, but like Brett Boone said, third base is the
hot what's it called? hot corner, right?
No, he said when you can't play any other base, you play third.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But usually your good defenders like Adrian Beltre, that's where I think is you gotta have a strong arm to throw to first. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
That's true, but I mean, just because you can throw a baseball doesn't make you a good defender.
That's true. So I don't know if you guys heard in the NFL, but C.J. Anderson goes to the Detroit Lions. C.J. Anderson was the backup to Todd Gurley, and I felt he did really well in L.A. in that Super Bowl, even though they didn't do good in the Super Bowl. Feel like in that inexistent offense.
Oh, that was a horrible.
C.J. Anderson was the savior of what that team salvaged.
You know what makes me so mad about that Rams Super Bowl? Sorry to go off of C.J. Anderson, but the Rams Super Bowl I was underway on the ship, and I had watch at 11 o'clock or something like that. And I stayed up to watch that Super Bowl. And be like, you know what? Interesting. I lost all my sleep, and I was tired on watch because of that Super Bowl. That's why I'm so upset. This is such a it was one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever watched.
It was bad. It was a good defensive.
Do you think
it wasn't even that though? It was just.
Do you think that Super Bowl was less entertaining than the Carolina Denver Super Bowl?
It's about the same. That was pretty bad too because Peyton Manning couldn't hold on to a ball and he fumbled a bunch, and Cam Newton just choked. It was pretty bad, man. The only thing that worsened that, and for Seattle fans, it was one of the greatest Super Bowls you guys could ever have, is when Seattle crushed Denver. That was a horrible Super Bowl.
I thought that was the greatest Super Bowl I've ever seen.
Because
in my
for
life,
you guys,
baby.
As a Seahawks fan,
it
it was the best Super Bowl I've ever watched.
It was the greatest Super Bowl for you guys, but as a non-Denver, as a Raider fan, that was a great Super Bowl because you crushed Denver. But other than that, was not a good Super Bowl.
I could totally see how outside of
being
Seattle
a Seahawks fan
or a Raiders fan, that Super Bowl would have been like.
I thought it was the greatest.
What's is there a mercy rule?
Get this junior high team out of here.
Yeah, pretty much.
They scored on every facet that you can in football in that game.
No, they did. It was
they did.
That was a very. No, I said yeah, they did.
Oh,
a very impressive game, man.
They scored every way and any way you can in football on that.
It was a very good game. It was just so bad for a Seahawks fan. Like,
if you didn't have a stake in that game, it would have been boring.
All the Denver fans were in bed crying and stuff. And
yeah, after that safety, they were like, "No, we're good."
If you're a Denver fan and you paid tickets to go to that Super Bowl, I feel bad for you.
For real, though, I probably would have.
It's okay if you're a Seahawks fan and you paid to go to the next Super Bowl. I feel bad for you too.
Actually, that was even though the Seahawks lost,
that wasn't
the way that they lost.
It wasn't a bad game.
That was one of the best games
you don't even know.
watched.
I jumped up in joy. It was battle of two evils for me, man. It was
I like it. Okay.
It was bad, man. If Patriots win or the Seattle Seahawks win, it was just like.
Well,
I just don't. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, and yeah,
you just
I just don't understand, man. So I've been in Florida for the last 4 years, and I haven't really got a chance to talk to my friends about this. I don't understand, why is Russell Wilson throwing on the 1 yard line? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing is we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that's the thing that never happened.
I really, honestly, in my opinion,
is this Dr. Stillwell?
No.
And then
in my opinion,
yeah.
Tell me how you feel.
In my opinion, the way that actually went down is it really seemed like they were trying to make Russell Wilson the guy, the golden boy, the guy, the one who won it all. And they weren't looking to win the Super Bowl. They were looking for Russell Wilson to win the Super Bowl.
You have one of the greatest top 5 power runners. That dude is a monster, beast mode. He's a monster. And now he's on the Raiders. Even in his old age, he still runs hard, man. That was in his prime. That was in his prime. I just don't get it. That's not.
I know. Hand the ball to Marshawn, let him grab his ding dang, and fall into the end zone.
Yeah, but C.J. Anderson, I think
he'll fit really well in Detroit.
Going right back.
I think he'll fit really well in Detroit.
Yeah.
The Seahawks. Speaking of the Seahawks, do a signing of a former Seahawk who played for the 49ers last year in Cassius Marsh.
Linebacker, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I liked when he was in Seattle.
I did too.
He looked really good when he was in Seattle. I didn't pay too much attention to him in San Francisco because
he did good in San Francisco.
I tried to stay away from San Francisco as much as possible because that was
weirdos over there. Even as a Raider fan, you gotta stay away from San Fran.
Yeah, well,
but
that was a really an S show over there in San Francisco last year. So, welcome back, Cassius. I look forward to
as a outsider looking. One thing the Seahawks do the greatest thing out of a lot of football teams is their defense. They can plug and play anybody, and they really remember when they drafted Frank Clark, and now he's their star DN. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They do a very good job about that.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's a good pickup. I really do.
Yeah. What other team can you have that you're like, hey, I'm camping with my kids. Hey, you want to play professional football in a week? Yeah. And then
the Seahawks did that.
Yeah. What's his name? It's not Ifedi. Is it Ifedi? That's not who we're talking about.
No, Ifedi came from Alabama.
There was one guy where I can't remember what his name is. I know what you're talking about. And
he wasn't great.
But I mean, he worked the way.
And he didn't even. It's not like his job was to sit on the bench and just fill a hole occasionally. He was the blindside tackle for Russell Wilson.
I know who you're talking about now. Okay, yeah. I get it. I
can't remember what his name is now.
I know that's gonna bug the
So
crap
I
out
have a
of me
question
now.
for you, Seattle fans out there. How do you guys feel about Tom Cable? As a Raider fan, we got Tom Cable now.
Would you lick Kyle Seager's butthole if it meant a playoff spot? Ooh.
Yeah. Honestly, yes.
If
2001.
If it was like really like nice, like after a good solid like
Leaching?
extra innings of like 14 innings, and he came up to me and was like, "Here's your playoff spot." I'd second question it, but I'd probably still do it.
If it was opening day and Kyle Seager was like, "Lick it," yeah. It's since 2001, man. 2001, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're a Red
Eric,
Sox
I
fan.
know better, okay?
No, I'm doing
Alright.
it.
But yes, sir, I would. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
You know what? As a proud Seattle fan of Sonics, I was driving from Florida to here. It was quicker to go through Oklahoma City. I went around it.
You did.
With the fact,
I was hoping that you would roll down both windows and just drive no hands, just like.
Yeah. I was like, Oklahoma City, Seattle.
Jay Bruce left the game. Why did Jay Bruce leave? That's not good. Well, I'll look at it in a little while. But so yeah, we're. Do you got anything on rugby this week?
Yes, I do.
All right, spit me some rugby real quick.
All right, so we had over the weekend we had Division I women's rugby championships, and Lindenwood University wins.
Nice.
And they beat Life College in a rematch of last year's championship.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Roger, we are going to do the giveaway today. The video for the giveaway will be drawn today. We've had issues with like people's health and busyness, so we haven't drawn who won it yet. But I have all the numbers and I have everybody who did what they needed to do. So the person who wins it will be picked today. After the show, we'll do another video after we take like a quick break. But and Blee, your bat's gonna be on the way here soon.
Yeah, sorry, I've just been busy with work, so I haven't had a chance to get to the post office yet.
But yeah, the bat is on the way.
And end of the week, it'll be gone.
And the Cam Chancellor photo will be picked today. Yep. So there you go. Go back to rugby.
Yeah. Okay. So
I wanted to address that immediately.
Yeah, for sure. So Lindenwood beat Life University 36-19, and Teresa Gomez is named the national championship MVP for Lindenwood.
Shout out Teresa.
Yeah, I was going to say shout out Teresa.
And then over the weekend,
might be my
in Hong Kong Sevens, you shut your mouth. God damn it. USA remains number one, being 7 points.
Sevens, right?
Yes. Being 7 points ahead of Fiji after beating Samoa 22-10.
Oh.
Yo,
And
Samoa is
finishing-
not a slouch. Like they're
No.
that's a good victory to have over Samoa.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately for the Eagles, it was only good enough for a bronze medal finish.
Oof.
But, yeah, you say, ugh, but that's their 6th medal finish this year with 4 silvers, 1 gold, and 1 bronze.
Hey,
So there's...
That's good for
flying high.
And
U.S. rugby, man.
Yeah, it's really good for U.S.
yeah,
rugby.
especially since, I mean, U.S. rugby...
It was a laughing stock like a couple of...
Pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
we were pretty much the Cleveland Browns of rugby.
Yeah.
Or the Seattle Mariners, or the...
Sean Stillwell's.
Yeah.
Buddy.
sad.
Oh.
Or the 76ers, or the
The pillow fists.
Of the whoever's. Yes, they were the pillow fists of international rugby.
So I have a question.
Yes.
I don't know.
On rugby?
Yes, rugby. So do you know the difference between a 7 and 15?
Yeah, it's the number of
They're
players.
people that are on the field.
Okay, so at 15s we're not very good, right?
15s, they're like middle of the pack.
Yeah, they're.
That's the All Black team that wins that one, right?
What?
The New Zealand.
Oh yeah, the New Zealand All Blacks.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
Yeah, I know it sounds bad, but that is their name. And yes,
the guys that do the haka. Okay, well,
I believe they are number 1 right now.
Jay Bruce's tight Achilles.
well, loosen that Achilles up, Jay Bruce.
Yes. Man, Robbie Tobeck's out here pooping his pants and still playing. Jay Bruce out here with a tight Achilles.
Shout out to Robbie. That was if you guys didn't watch earlier, we had an interview with Robbie Tobeck. Great interview, by the way.
Real great.
Sorry, keep going with your rugby.
Okay. So there is 3 rounds left to play, and the top 4 finishers after that will automatically qualify for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics.
Yee.
And right now, yeah, obviously, being number 1 USA is one of them. So in this tournament, in order to get to the bronze medal, USA beat South Africa 21-12.
Ooh, that's a good one because they won the World Cup.
No, they did.
No, 1996, right? South Africa.
Yeah, that was like people who are like 50 now.
Morgan
bro.
Freeman was there.
You're thinking of soccer, homie.
No, that was
What are you talking about?
that was a movie they made, Vicious.
Oh, yeah. Invictus. Yeah. You're right.
Oh my god.
Anyway, but then they lost to Fiji 28-19 in the semifinals, and then faced Samoa for the bronze medal match.
That's actually really good, actually.
So, yeah,
Go Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles out there were crushing it.
All right. Is that all you have on rugby?
That is all I have on rugby.
Okay.
I kind of want to
So-
talk about the Chris Archer. Oh,
No, go ahead.
Chris
Yeah,
Archer
go
versus
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
that fight.
Yeah, the Pirates.
I did
Yeah.
not. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So fill me in.
Oh, bro, there was this. I think it was Sunday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was this just complete bench clearing brawl
yeah. It was,
against the Reds and the Pirates.
the Pirates pitcher Chris Archer threw at the Reds.
Was it obviously intentional?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was.
Okay, so keep going. What happened?
They threw a pitch.
They
man.
clear the bench. That's it.
So yeah,
I-
so they cleared the bench.
I
Did
know.
I wrote. I didn't write about the brawl. I was writing about the afterwards.
Fuego, he's the one who freaked out the most.
Yeah,
So pretty
Yasiel Puig.
So what happened was they kind of like cleared benches and they got into each other's faces, and then after the fact they broke it all up, and then he started freaking out again, and then he started another fight. But reason why we brought it up because Chris Archer he got
Suspended for 5 games.
because he's the one who initiated it.
Really?
Yeah. So he got suspended for 5 games. Pardon me. After throwing at hitter Derek Dietrich, and the Reds manager David Bell is also suspended for 1 game, and Yasiel Puig is suspended for 2 games. And then all 3 of them have received an undisclosed amount of fines.
Because he acted like he was not even the one that got hit, but he was that one friend that was like
He should have been suspended more.
he was that one guy that was like, oh, there's people holding me back. I'm gonna look cool. You know what I'm saying?
He was like, hold me back, bro.
I
Hold me
don't
back.
understand these suspensions. I'm just going to upset me, but I don't understand these suspensions a lot of the times where guys are getting. Yeah, I get he initiated it and he hit it, but there was more action from other people from what you guys are telling me.
There was, but anything is with anything is who started it. That's the fault.
Well, and I think it's so hard to tell, and they don't really want to like punish one team over the other for more game. It's like it was last year. It was a Red Sox Yankees game, And
When no, it was when they threw at A-Rod. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
A-Rod hasn't played in.
That's what I'm saying. That was a while ago. When I said
it was last year, and it was Kelly, Joe Kelly.
Okay.
Joe Kelly was the Red Sox pitcher, and he threw at, I can't remember the Yankees batter, but it hit him, and because the inning before that, he had slid in to second base.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think Joe Kelly got a 2-game suspension, and then the Yankees batter, I can't remember his name, don't really care, got a 1-game suspension.
I remember that now.
So,
okay.
I mean,
Oh, shoot.
I can agree with you that maybe it should be more, but I can also agree that is pretty on par with.
Oh,
MLB
what's Carson talking
suspensions.
about over there?
I don't know. You tell me. What is Carson trying to say?
I don't understand, Carson.
I think you owe him some punches, Carson. All right. Do we got any more MLB stuff?
No, we're pretty good on that, man.
Well, I mean, other than the Twins and DeGrom's quality start streak, with Eddie Rosario's hits a 2-run home run in the third, because he would have surpassed Bob Gibson for the number of quality starts in the season.
That's a team that is.
What is defined as a quality start?
I think you have to go a certain.
You have to go at least 5 innings, I think.
Without a run?
Or no, a certain amount of runs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
that's another team that.
The Twins?
No, the Mets, man, they had a great rotation, and just can't produce. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I have a question.
shout out Robbie Cano.
Yeah. So how do you feel? Me and Eric were talking about this at the bar the other day. Nick, how do you feel about Felix?
I think he'd be better in the bullpen.
So do you release him, or what do you do? Because
In the season?
yeah, because he has a
For
huge
this season?
contract.
I would put him in the bullpen like they did last year.
They did, yeah,
But I would keep him there.
because he showed
Rather
how
than just for 1 game.
You have and so shout out to the Tacoma Rainiers. I'm gonna also do a Rainier roundup now because we have access to all the Rainier stuff. So I'm gonna start talking about some Rainiers so all you Mariners fans can get some AAA prospects information. But they got good guys down in AAA right now.
yeah.
You throw Felix into a bullpen right now, and you go ahead and slap.
I hate Jeff.
You go ahead and slap somebody like Justice Sheffield.
Yeah.
Once he gets a little more reps in, you slap Justice Sheffield into a starting rotation. Dude, you don't need Felix there anymore. Put him in the rotation for the bullpen because the bullpen is struggling. I get it. We're 11-2, but
It's horrible.
late down the stretch, it's hard to come back from 13 runs, which is what the Mariners are putting up. 10, 8, 13. They're putting up a lot of runs. Felix does not start very well, and clearly I think he was hungover when he came out. But I'm just, it was his birthday the night before.
If he doesn't start well, then why put him in the bullpen? You know what I'm saying?
He's going to do better than a guy like Guerin.
Is he, though? I mean, whether he's a starter
At
or
least he gets the ball over the strike zone.
Yeah, but if he has
that's a good point in baseball.
if he has a rough start, it doesn't matter whether it's in the first inning or the 8th inning.
Look,
It's still going to be just as rough.
No, this is you coming from you saying that the Mariners are sustainable at 8.4 runs a game. If Felix is in the rotation and you put him in the rotation for the bullpen and he gives up 2 runs and finishes an inning and gives up 2 runs and the Mariners are up 13-3 and he gives up 2 runs, so what? I would rather see that than have them walk 8 guys and then get three errors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I like that too, but what if your batting isn't?
Well, that's what I was saying. Is you're saying that it's sustainable, but I don't think it is.
Well, maybe not.
Who are you trading Felix Hernandez to for any kind of a value?
No,
And then-
but it's a contract. You gotta get
So
rid
then you're going to tell me
Yeah, but
that
you
every
only
time
have-
Felix Hernandez starts, we're going to do a pitcher by committee the rest of the game?
But what I was talking to you about the other day was you only have one more year left.
He's got to finish out this contract.
You say only has one more year on this contract?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're not. Yeah. And I don't think they're keeping him next year.
Oh, no, there's no way.
There's no way he's staying next year. You know, I love Felix Hernandez.
As a Mariner, like he was
one of the greatest
pitchers.
pitchers we've ever seen.
Yes, but he's
not what he was.
We talked about it. He needs
Yeah.
to go the Jamie Moyer route where he needs to learn to movement and he needs to slow his pitch down. He doesn't throw 95 anymore. You know what I'm saying?
No. Accurately.
Or, if he could.
He hangs that over the middle of the strike zone and then it gets crushed.
Yeah, I mean, and, being older, if he could learn a good, I don't know, some other pitch rather than just a fastball.
He has a good changeup.
He has a good changeup, but
Yeah.
if he got something in his
But you
pitching
can't just throw
repertoire,
one pitch.
if he has something that's different than his pitching repertoire is now, like a slider or a curveball that is more accurate,
Mm-hmm.
then we could start talking about him still staying in a starting position. But it was the flu. Tony, you can say it was the flu, but I'm pretty sure he was hungover. It was his birthday the day before. And I've had birthdays before. I had the
That's a good
flu
question
afterwards.
by Kyle. What we should do with Kyle?
What should we do with Kyle? We're doing well without him. Go ahead. I'll let you guys touch this one first.
Oh, I was just referring to Fro's
The
question.
flu? Well, Fro, what do you
We're
say?
not answering that question anymore.
Yeah, we don't answer that question anymore.
It's water.
We don't answer that question anymore.
No,
Sean.
sorry.
That's it.
I'm getting punished.
The first rule of Cup Club is you do not talk about the cups.
Bro, come on, man. We told you this multiple times. But
This guy.
What I think we should do with Kyle, and I love Kyle Seager. He's a great defender.
we should get his brother.
Man,
Yeah,
you were
cool.
telling me we needed to trade him last
I think
year.
you need to trade him. And I'm going to say you need to trade him.
If you traded a lot
You
of,
traded everybody else.
if you
Why-
trade Segura,
they
you
got-
need to trade Kyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
This-
Segura had value.
He was better.
Yeah, well, dude, Kyle Seager's great at defense. He can't get on base as well as he used to. He struck out a lot last year.
Yeah, there might be a contract thing where they only have one more season with them on his contract. or
I don't
something.
know.
I
don't know why they didn't cut ties with him.
That's the
I
only
like
thing
seeing
can
him
think of.
defensively on the Mariners, but I think I don't want to see any of the guys that they have right now go. I think we're doing fine without Kyle, and I don't think they need him.
Dylan Morris, it's questionable.
but I mean, look-
you can get better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Look at some of the struggles that they've had on defense. You can
Hey, come on! Don't do
Harsh
that to
call
us.
out, bro.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, you've seen the struggles on defense. You can use a good, experienced defensive player to kind of show the way for some of these younger guys too.
If we're
Because even D. Gordon doesn't have that much experience as a defensive player.
if we're comparing Dylan Moore to Kyle Seager, then you need to put Dylan Moore back down in AAA and give Kyle Seager the rest of the season.
That's
But-
truth.
But if we're talking about the assets that they have now, you don't need somebody there. They got enough guys down. They
You
got
nobody
enough.
at third base.
They've got enough guys down in AAA that can play third base better than Dylan Moore right now.
yeah.
I can tell you that from paying attention to the Rainiers right now. As much as I am, Dylan Moore's not sticking around for very long. You could get rid of Kyle Seager, and you can definitely have their AAA team looks really good right now.
Did you want to talk about that in the Rainiers?
I will on a separate video because
Oh.
I'm going to start doing what's called a Rainier Roundup. So
Oh, okay.
I'm going to start doing that. But their AAA team is is looking really good. You don't need Kyle Seager. That's just my opinion.
So would you trade him for what?
I don't think you even really like.
You just straight out release him?
I'm not saying release him. I don't think you really need that much. Get a late first-round draft pick or late second-round draft
I want
pick.
prospects.
Yeah, I want prospects too, but I'm saying like there's no way you're getting a first-round draft pick. There's no way you're getting a first-round draft pick for Kyle Seager.
Yeah,
get a couple
but if you get a couple later draft picks or like Sean said, maybe a prospect or 2 or 3 or whatever.
I don't think they need Kyle Seager. Sorry. That's where I'm at. Love Kyle, but I gotta agree with your opinion. We seem to have good chemistry in offense, pitching, and fielding needs work. Yes, I agree with you, Tony. I don't think you need Kyle.
In today's baseball, I think
You're replaceable.
fielding is not as big as a problem as it. If you can hit the home
Well,
runs,
when you get three errors back to back to back, it is.
that is awful. That was awful. I watched that.
Yeah, but after the mid '90s, everyone is, the focus is been on the home run,
Yeah.
not the RBI or the
Didn't they bring
double or
Are
even
they-
a single.
Are they talking about bringing back like the juice ball back kind of thing, where they changed the ball up? You guys know?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, never mind. Okay, we'll move on from that. That's awkward.
Okay, well, if you guys want to keep talking about some baseball, I gotta go step over real quick.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jeff's over here trolling.
What is it? What is Jim's?
I gotta step away for a second. Just talk what you want real quick.
What's your problem with people named Kyle, Jeff?
Because they're all cows.
Cal. When I think of a Kyle, I think they just drink Monster all the time. You know what I'm saying? Ride dirt bikes. But we'll go on from that. We don't want to talk about Eric.
Okay, well, that caught me off guard a little bit. Man, I don't know.
We're killing it right now.
Right, this is quality broadcast.
Hey. We can talk about wrestling.
Shout
Okay.
out WrestleMania 35.
Yeah, for real though.
I don't know anything about it. I tried to get some
I thought you
information
wanted to talk
it.
about Penn State winning.
Did they win another national title?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, they
They
got
won-
stopped.
They
man.
won
They got
8 of the last 9.
I know they have. I think it's out
Man.
because they got what's his name? His coach.
Oh, yeah, I can picture
He
his
never
ugly
lost.
ass face.
But Nick's back. He wants to talk about his thing.
So I just got a couple notes on the NBA. We're already past 2 hours, so
Closing it
you know,
down.
we're trying to close it down. It's been a long one just because we had Robbie Tobeck
Right,
on,
right.
but you know,
Not that's a bad
not that
because that was
yeah, it was
That was an
awesome.
awesome interview.
I'm also going to edit this whole video out so that Robbie Tobeck and our end of the show will be two separate videos. So that will be loaded as well. But NBA, Magic Johnson stepped down.
Come on, LeBron.
LeBron, what are you doing? You're making Magic Johnson step down? Come on. Playoffs start on the 13th.
I said it quiet.
Don't say it. The playoffs start on the 13th. Tonight is a crucial night, and there are a lot of different ways that the playoffs can be skewed in a different way because of close records. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. What?
Nothing. Continue.
7 of the 8 playoff spots are clinched in the East, but 3 seeds are still up for grabs. Here's a look at the current breakdown. Milwaukee 1, Toronto 2, Philadelphia 3, Boston 4, Indiana 5, Brooklyn or Orlando can get that 6th spot, and then that 7 spot could be Brooklyn, Orlando, or Detroit. So those ones are real close to look at. We need to look at seeing
Nice.
yeah, we need to look and see where those seeds end up. Don't know who's going to smack on 8, so we'll see where it goes.
Still Magic.
Of course,
Right?
the Warriors are number 1.
In the West, all 8 spots are clinched, but the 6th seed, but there are still 6 seeds up for grabs. So here's a look at the current breakdown. Golden State's 1. The Denver Nuggets and the Houston Rockets are eligible for 2. The Denver Nuggets, Houston Rockets, and the Portland Trail Blazers are slotted for 3.
Nice.
Then on the 4,
Oh, yeah.
the Blazers and the Rockets are the only 2 that can be eligible for that one. 5th seed, solid Utah. Utah's got it.
Nice.
The 6th seed, the Thunder and the Spurs are fighting for. The
Go
7th seed, the Thunder, the Spurs, and the Clippers.
Go Spurs.
And then the 8th seed could be the Thunder, the Spurs, the Clippers.
Go Spurs.
Oh my God.
Definitely messed that one up.
I messed that up. I think it says the Pistons and the Hornets, but I think that's
Pistons are
wrong.
in the East.
Yeah, so I think I messed that one up. But the 8th seed is the Thunder, the Spurs, and the Clippers. So those are definite little games that we need to watch. Did Mr. Mustache refill? His cup was empty. The Blues and the Jets with less than 3
Does he
is
ever
1-1.
blank?
I'm crashing your podcast when football season starts. Hey, we would love to have you on.
Do I
dude.
have a
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you want to come,
me.
come out, we live out in Bremerton, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Come
So
on by, man.
you can definitely come.
Or call or
Definitely
whatever.
call. Yeah, you can call us, man. Give me a phone call.
Are we doing another show this Sunday, right?
Actually, yeah, we are doing another show on Sunday. Is that what we're talking about doing still?
Yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah, so we're doing a second show this week. Sorry to everybody who, I don't know, this was a long episode, so.
Yeah.
But it
Thanks
was
for sticking with us.
phenomenal.
I just want to shout out to an old friend out there in 7th grade, Ray.
Nice.
Wow, what a day! I can't believe we actually got through that without craziness from the 3 of us. But
I had to tone it down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we got a little crazy for a while, but hey, we reined it in pretty good for the 3 of us.
thanks for everyone who showed up. We had Robbie Tobeck on the show.
Big shout out to Robbie Tobeck.
I hope we can talk to that guy again. That was
that
awesome.
was really good.
Me too. I don't care if it's I just want to
I want
talk.
to talk some fishing.
I was going to say I want to talk about
I honestly
fishing
talked
with
to him
Robbie
pooping his
Tobeck.
pants for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know when I was in school, everyone wanted to be, freaking whoever in football. I wanted to be Bill Dance.
Yeah. Fisherman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all he does is catch bass all day
Yeah.
and bull crap on TV.
Yeah.
Slapping the base.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
But yeah, I mean, so that it's just really cool that he's.
I'm just
Into
glad
that
he
kind of
came and
stuff.
finally talked to us.
That was really
we've been
cool.
talking.
Yeah.
I've been
really,
talking to
really
him for a
cool.
couple months about trying to get on here. So
Yeah, we finally got
got it, and thank you so much. Go check out Griffin McLean Insurance. Look that up if you
Yeah.
want some life insurance or house. I'm not even 100% sure what he's selling, but insurance. Get some insurance.
just buy insurance.
Buy all of the
No matter
insurance.
what, yeah, all of the insurances.
Just get all of the insurance from Robbie Tobeck at Griffin McLean.
Yeah, man, that guy, man,
Yeah.
Ooh, that was cool. That was really freaking cool.
If you guys are not watching us on the Game Changer Sports Network, check us out at the Game Changer Sports Network, GCSN. You can find us at YouTube. Just look up Talk Interference Sports. We have a promo code at SeatGeek.com. Get $20 off of your next purchase of concert tickets and or sporting event. $20 off when you go to SeatGeek.com and use promo code GCSN. Shout out Jeff's Basement. Shout out Rockcast. Shout out Fro for sticking around the whole time. Seriously, that was awesome. One hell of a mustache, Brian says.
Thank
For
you.
the Fireball and beer.
Don't touch me.
Guys, great show. I love it. We got to get out of here. We're getting silly.
Oh, and Jeff, I was on your podcast because you forgot.
Hey, Jeff,
Oh, I am interested on Jeff's cooking.
hey,
we
Jeff,
need to hook-
shout out to your
link
basement,
up
but this Saturday might not be a go for me.
Hey, guys, thank you so much, everybody. We
Yeah.
love you guys.
Thank you.
And, Find
No
us on
Twitch
Twitter and
today.
everything. No Twitch, but find us on Twitch. I run reruns on Twitch, so see this on there.
Absolutely.
Love you guys. Bye.
See you Sunday.